What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another episode of the Portsmouth Career Mode series. This is episode number 55 and we're going to start today's episode off by taking a little look at our youth player here, John Devera. He's 63 overall at the age of 16, and if you guys don't know how to search for your own youth players in your youth academy, I may actually do a little video on it just to show you guys, and that way you can have a little look at their skill moves and their weak foot and all of their stats before they're even promoted into the first team. It's very useful, and if you guys do want to see a video on it, then of course do let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be more than happy to do that to those that don't know how to do it. But yeah, you can also see that we're having a little look at the scout reports as well. One from Republic of Ireland, we've got a couple of good players in there, and from England we really don't have any good players. I sped this up a little bit, and the reason I did was because all the players are completely useless, and there's no point in even showing you guys them in detail. They're all useless, they're all going to get rejected, and they will never get a chance to even get into our youth academy itself. But yeah, we're going to the first game in today's episode against Brighton and Hove Albion in the rain here. You can see that we're currently sitting on 77 points and Brighton are sitting in 7th, so they still have a slight chance, an outright chance of possibly getting into one of those playoff positions. They do have a pretty good side, and so do we, so it was going to be a very interesting match. However, we were playing in the rain, so that would probably dictate the way that this match would go, and rightly so, because the first chance of the game would actually fall to Brighton here, as they cut it inside all the way to their player on the left-hand side, and it's a good save by Tom Heaton to deny the player there and keep it at 0-0. And really, my defending in the rain, I'm not making excuses, but it's a lot harder to defend in the rain, let alone in general. It's so hard to keep track of your players and make sure that you stay in position and keep your shape. Another good chance for Brighton there, and a really, really good save again by Tom Heaton. But we would eventually break through here in the 21st minute after getting absolutely dominated. We pick up a free kick here, and then we pass it off to Hong Chul, who passes it to Ibe. What a fantastic switch ball that is, across the pitch all the way to Nathan Redmond, who puts it into the back of the net with a lovely finesse shot after cutting inside with the fake shot. Very, very simple goal, but a very nice one indeed. And it was all Jordan Ibe, really, in my opinion. He did the through ball. He picked out Nathan Redmond. It was a simple fake shot and a simple finish into the far corner. And against the runner play, we do manage to take the lead here against Brighton. And I have to say, we were so lucky to even be in the lead in this match. We should have been 1-2 or maybe even 3-0 down at this point. We almost doubled our lead there with Polyak, but unfortunately his shot just goes wide of the mark, and it still remains at 1-0. So I say get a really, really good chance again here. This time it was a deflected shot, and it's very unfortunate that it didn't go into the back of the net again for them. And in the 89th minute, there would be a final chance of the game as they try and break forward here, looking for that equaliser. They get it into the middle there, and a really, really powerful volley by the Brighton Hove Albion player, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't quite squeeze it in. But I have to say, they were creating a lot of chances late on in this match, and into the 90th minute, they brought their keeper up for this corner, literally the last chance of the game for them to maybe salvage a point from this match. As we clear it away with a header, it's O'Connor that goes for the shot, and then somehow they missed from the rebound. Clearly it was our day today. You'll have a look at the stats at the end of the match, but oh my god, how did they miss an open goal like that? That is unbelievable. All you have to do was just get a little bit of contact on it, but instead he blasts it across goal and it hits the post, and luckily for us, Heaton does manage to collect it and it ends 1-0. I could not believe that we picked up a win in this match. Completely against the runner play. They deserved at least 5 goals against us, honestly. They had so many chances. You can see there, we had 1 shot on target. They had 9 and 12 in total. So clearly, we robbed them of what should have been 3 points for Brighton there. They probably should have picked up all 3 points in that match, and instead, we are the ones that pick up all 3 points, so that is absolutely fantastic. And now that it is the first of the month, we are going to also be having a little look at the monthly scouting update, or the youth squad, sorry. We're having a little look at that and some of the players that we do have ready for promotion. We've got John Devera there, and he is one of the players that I will actually be promoting this month. And the reason I'm promoting him now as opposed to May the 1st, when his potential and overall will be boosted, is because he is a quick winger, and he can grow into a quick winger. As you can see by his strengths there, he is a very physical winger. We did offer him a contract, and we will wait and see what happens when he does go ahead and accept it in a couple of days' time. always, if you want to grow your players' physical stats that are in the youth academy, always promote them before the 1st of May, guys. I can't stress that enough, because otherwise you'll end up with players that are very, very good technically, but then physically and mentally they could be absolutely diabolical, and they will not grow no matter what you do in those stats, which is a little bit of a shame. Hopefully they fix that for next year's career mode, because you can see there that Ross Wild, despite promoting him before the 1st of May, he's actually not growing in any physical stats whatsoever, which is a bit disappointing, but you got more of a chance of your youth players growing physically, that's all I'm saying. We are having a little look at the squad report for this month though, seeing the players that have grown for this month. Jack Watmer up to 66 overall, +4 this season, and we're not even at the end of the season yet, so I can't wait to see what he looks like by the end of the season. Maybe 67, 68 overall possibly. We'll just have to wait and see how he does develop over the coming months, and we'll see what his final overall is by the end of the season. He'll be a very, very good player when it does come down to it, and I can't wait to see him at his full potential. He should have a potential status next year actually, because he has grown so much so that he probably should be showing great potential next season, which is absolutely fantastic. I haven't even had to do the loan glitch to him, and it looks like he's going to be a showing great potential player. With regards to the other players that are in the squad report for that month, we've got some growth in there, but there are some players that are unfortunately glitched, such as Gary Gardner. A lot of you have been saying that I should take more long shots with Gary Gardner. I will actually try and do that, but only when I'm actually in winning positions, because otherwise I'm just going to be banging them towards goal, and most of them won't be on target because I won't be used to banging them at goal with Gary Gardner. But I do know that he is very good at taking those long shots from distance, and that is exactly why I thought I'd put him in the, well, in the squad actually. I think he's actually on the bench for this match against Blackburn Rovers here, the second game of today's episode. I did pick Bigger Romana over him at the CDM position, and we've got players like Lewis Baker in there. We've got, of course, Redmond, and we've got Jed Wallace on the wing, I do believe, although I might actually have picked Castillon in this match. I'm not too sure. I might actually be in the next match, but anyway, first chance of the game did come here to Blackburn as they try and cut inside here. They eventually get a ball inside to, I believe that's Gestede, and despite putting it into the back of the net, it was ruled for offside, so very, very lucky for me there that that wasn't actually a goal and that we were 1-0 down in this match. But I have actually left a straw poll in the description down below, guys, so that you can vote for a possible second choice career mode. You can also vote to have no career mode whatsoever as a side series to this one. A lot of you guys did leave suggestions in the last episode, and I really do appreciate all the suggestions that you did leave me in the last episode, and I have added a lot of them to the straw poll. I've also added some other ones in there, so you guys have variety to choose from, and I really would appreciate if you go down in the description down below, any of you right now, just click the link in the description down below to the straw poll, and you can vote on there, and you can vote for the next career mode that we will be doing on this channel as a side series. Probably will end up going back to Borussia Dortmund, I have to be honest. I've been a little bit slacking in that series, but it just wasn't getting enough support. It's as simple as that. I wasn't getting enough support on the series, so why continue making the videos? But I will go back to it eventually, so don't you guys worry. I will eventually go back to that series, but you see in this match that we are actually 1-0 down very late on here in the match in the 89th minute. I go in for a clumsy challenge, and to make things worse, I'm not only 1-0 down, but I get a player sent off. I get a player sent off, gets a red card, Cyrus Christie, and I don't even know what I was thinking. When I went in for that challenge, it was out of pure rage and anger, just trying to win the ball back. They were being utter pricks at the back. They really were. They were just passing it around the back, and it was very, very frustrating. I couldn't get the ball off of them. They were just passing it around so that I couldn't get any possession and get any chances on goal, and that really did show in the full-time stats, as we do end up losing this game to Blackburn Rovers 1-0. A little bit disappointing, I will be honest. I was very, very frustrated about that game, but to cheer me up, we will be taking a little look at John De Vera here and having a little look at his stats. He is 63 overall at the age of 16, and as you can see there, he actually does have pretty decent physical stats. to begin with. Good acceleration, good agility and sprint speed, and good reactions as well. He doesn't have the best of stamina, but it could be a lot worse. Weak foot and skill moves, terrible really, absolutely terrible. But I'm hoping with the future youth players that we do have in the academy, they will turn out to be good physically and also with their skill moves and weak foot. But we do have a good player there, John Devera. He is a good player for the future, showing great potential. And to be 63 overall at the age of 16, I couldn't ask for much more than that. A good player for the future, and I'm sure he will get into the first team eventually. When I do end up selling some players in the summer, he will get more of a chance in the first team. But anyway, we are going into the third and final game of today's episode, guys. Going to be against Bristol City here. And, well, they're playing 5 at the back. What can I say about that? They are playing 5 at the back in this match, and I decided to counter that by using some of my faster players in the side, some more attacking players, just to put pressure on that defence. Because when you're playing against 5 at the back, generally, it's very easy to break down on the counter-attack. But on Legendary, it's a different story, really. But we get a good chance there as Jack Watmer goes for a header from a corner, and I have to say, those kind of corner tactics work very, very well this year. They seem to be on target more often than not, and that was a very good chance to take the lead, but unfortunately, we couldn't quite do it. They'd get a good chance here, as somehow they get the ball through. I don't know how we didn't clear that one away, but luckily, Tom Heaton again is on hand to make the save there and keep it at 0-0. And there wasn't really too many chances, as you'd expect in this match, although Prosperi, he went for a shot from outside the box, and that almost went into the back of the net. Really, really unlucky, shooting from just outside the box. It was dipping and dipping, but unfortunately it didn't have enough curl on it to go into the back of the net. It hits the outside of the post, and it still remains at 0-0. Although we get a good chance here as Jed Wallace goes down the left-hand side here, decided to swap wings. He passes it back to Hong Chul, who does a lovely 1-2 with him, and at the near post we take a shot, and it looks like Jed Wallace is the hero in this match. The Portsmouth boy has scored the goal there and made it 1-0 in the 88th minute here, and it was all Hong Chul with that lovely ball just to fool the defender there. Thought he was going to pass it inside to Ismail Castillon, but in the end he passed it to Jed Wallace, and Jed Wallace is the hero in this match. He gets the 3 points for us, and thankfully we actually get the 3 points in this match because we did need it. Crystal Palace did win their match, so it's very important that we also did win our match so that we can try and steal top spot back off of Crystal Palace, who did actually take it from us from the previous match when we did actually lose. But this is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and if you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really does help out my channel, guys. Don't forget to vote in the straw poll in the link in the description. That would be greatly appreciated. But other than that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.